Well, good afternoon. Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. Folks, I'm sure when you read the title of this video, you're thinking, what's this have to do with trucking? It probably has nothing to do with trucking. As you guys know, I've been really stressed out lately. As you guys can see, I need to lose a little bit of weight. So I've been trying to get out and walk while I can, when I can. Just even a little bit, they say, is good for stress relief, for weight reduction. I've also been trying to drink a lot more water. I got these little packets you put in water bottles, and it's supposed to make them taste better. It makes them taste like sugar-free Kool-Aid, actually. Anyway, that's way off topic. The reason I did this video, I was walking, I saw this dinosaur museum, and I thought, man, it's a good way to just totally detach from the world. Go check out some cool stuff in prehistoric history, and I thought some of you with kids and grandkids might enjoy this video. You guys know my kids watch, my grandkids watch these videos, so hopefully they'll see them as well. But anyway, without any further ado, I'm going to show you this video. I'm just going to remind all you guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Leave your comments below if you've ever been to this dinosaur museum in Fruita, Colorado. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It's right off the, it's 19 miles from the Utah border in western Colorado, I-70 exit 19. You park at the little Ambest truck stop here, and it's probably quarter of a mile, half-mile walk over to the museum, and then there's probably about an hour's worth of stuff to see in the museum. But anyway, do all that stuff. Check on the description of this video for a lot of other great information. Now let's cue up the music and get started. Here we go.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down. Flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round. For my family and for my kids, for this life I wanna live. And this is why I do.
Okay, here's the front of the museum as you're walking up from the truck stop. Obviously, I got a little closer before I started filming, so you wouldn't have minutes and minutes of me just walking. That's the sign, and I zoom in there so you can see it better. This is in Fruita, Colorado. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And now let's walk around and look at kind of the front of the building. There's the front. It kind of looks like a movie theater, and who knows, that may have been what it was before. Nothing significant there. The main thing I wanted to show you was this van. I guess it's a Triceratops. I don't know my dinosaurs that well, but I thought it was kind of cool how they decorated this van up to look like a dinosaur. I never was big into them, but this kind of stuff's pretty cool. The tail, initially when you look at it, looks like it could wag, but it doesn't. That's those indentions are so the back doors can be open. Now I'll walk around to the front of the building and get inside, and then I'll show you the inside stuff. Everybody here was super friendly, and I'll show you everything, including the gift shop. Now when you enter, they make it look like you're entering a cave, and I thought that was pretty cool. And if I would have shown all the pictures on the wall, we would have been here all day. This would have been a much longer video. In the reviews, a lot of people commented that they thought it was kind of small, but once you're inside, there's quite a bit of information and artifacts packed away in here. Very large dinosaurs, tons and tons of bones, all the things that you might expect. In a little bit, we'll see a dinosaur egg, and I'll show you all those things. Here's some of the posters. There's I ain't even going to try to pronounce some of these things, but you guys get the gist of it. Lots of skulls, things like that. Lots of videos you can watch. The bones are just, it's amazing how big those dinosaurs got. And kids love things like this. I would love to take my grandkids to something like this, show them around. There's a dinosaur eating a dinosaur. One thing about it, your kids and grandkids will either love it or they'll be traumatized. But anyway, there is some stairs that go up. I'll show that later in the video. There's a very large dinosaur. Upstairs is where they have their offices, and they've got some cool pictures up there. And it kind of gives a different view of the museum, so I'll get up there and show you all that. There's a lot more bones and skulls and things like that right there. Another large bone for dinosaurs. They've got a lab over here, and I'm not sure what happens in that lab, but I went over and filmed it. That's part of the reason I'm doing a voiceover here. It had a button on the side and said hit the button, and it went into this super loud, super embarrassing narration, so I muted all that out and did a voiceover here. But lots of cool equipment in there. Let's see what we got here. There's another skull. Several more bones. And these are turtle tracks. I don't know how well they're going to show up in a video, but I tried to zoom in on one and show it. Of course, my shadow got in the way. And they talk about the herds of turtles and things like that. When you think about prehistoric animals, you don't tend to think about alligators and turtles, but they were evidently around back then as well. More fossils. A saber-toothed tiger. As a kid, I always thought those were pretty cool. And for some reason they talked about earthquakes. I'm not sure what earthquakes and dinosaurs have in common, but this is talking about the soil and the terrain. Lots of videos you can watch while you're there. There's a cast of a turtle and a fish. And one of them it said was an unspecified mammal. Maybe it was that one we just saw. There's an alligator. More fish. Again, some of you are probably yawning through this video, but if you've got a 3 or 4 year old kid, they're probably just loving this. There's a lot of fish. They weren't very active today. There's one just kind of laying on the bottom. There is some up at the top swimming and moving a little, but not a whole lot. Long-nosed gar is what it calls those fish. And there's a short-nosed gar that is laying on the bottom. Obviously some more bones displayed. And man, just enormous dinosaurs. And it's funny because some of the skeletons you see are really small. They really had all sizes back then. Like I said, this isn't normally something I'd be interested in or something like that, but just trying to expose myself to new things, trying to get more exercise and walking in, and honestly trying to detach from trucking and the stresses that are there right now, the low freight rates and things like that. There's another pretty good sized dinosaur. And some more assorted bones. I thought it was kind of cool how they had some of the bones in the dirt like that. They have like a sand deal there that has a bunch of bones in it. It looks pretty cool. But the main significance of this is that you get a first-hand view of how big these animals were, how enormous they were. There's a little bridge you go across. I'm not sure the purpose of the bridge, but they did have a little bridge in there. And there's a small dinosaur. And I realize those aren't real, that's a recreation, but it's still pretty cool to give you some perspective. There's a dinosaur egg. I can't wait to see the comments on this video. I'm sure I will receive all kinds of smart aleck comments, but I just, if it's not your thing, click on the next video. But sometimes it's nice to get out of our comfort zone and see things and do things that we normally wouldn't do. There's that sand I was talking about with all the bones in it. And so let's see what else was in here. They did have, you'll see some seating there on the left. There's that other dinosaur. You'll see some seating over here. That's a velociraptor. If you need to sit down, if you get tired, maybe older like me. I don't know what that was. I guess it was a bone. In a minute you'll see a water fountain. There's a skull. And it says what kind of dinosaur it is, but I can't read it while I'm doing this voiceover. Another skull. And this was kind of cool. This deal here, originally I didn't know what it was, but it was just showing how water erodes rocks and things and makes them different shapes and how they deteriorate over time. And if you hit that button, it'll give you a narration about it. There was another bench if you need to sit down. I was kind of in a hurry when I filmed this video. I needed to get back to work, so I'm just kind of going through fairly quickly. Another significant thing about all these bones is just think of how many thousands of years they've deteriorated, and yet they're still here. And so that's pretty cool. These were neat. These were where they recreated the dinosaurs. You could see the big teeth and the attention to detail that went into making these. And like I said, if I was 3 or 4 years old, I'd be loving this, and I'm sure your kids and grandkids will enjoy this as well. There's another one. Now that was a outer space rock is what it says, which I felt of it. I didn't feel anything significant about it, but it was kind of neat looking. I probably wasn't supposed to touch it. Probably committed a felony in 3 states or something. There's some more rocks, but they didn't have a do not touch there. We're almost through the boneyard, and then we'll get into the gift shop. I'll climb upstairs, show you kind of an overview of the whole museum, things like that. And if you're ever in Fruita, Colorado, go by and check it out. There's a puzzle you can do with your kids if you happen to have them with you. If you're one of these drivers that takes your kids with you over the summer or something like that. Another rest area. I know some of you are thinking, why, Todd, why are you showing us all these rest areas? Well, some older people watch our videos and maybe they can only walk short distances and they need to sit down. So I like to set their minds at ease that there are going to be places for them to take a break if it's too much for them to do all at one time. That's a vertebrae off of I believe it was a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but I don't remember. More horns, all kinds of stuff in here. just not commenting during this because it's pretty self-evident what we're looking at. The artwork on the walls is pretty neat as well. Like I said, if you've got a little more time to kill, there's a ton of reading and videos and stuff you can partake in while you're there. That shows the bone progression of a dinosaur. And there's another skeleton. Another recreation. A Supersaurus. What a name for a dinosaur. You can tell they're like, well, we ran out of ideas. Let's call it a Supersaurus. Alrighty, that's pretty much the museum. Now let's take a look upstairs. I stopped real quick and got permission to go up there. They knew I was going to be putting this on YouTube. They were perfectly fine with it. Gift shops over there. We'll hit it here in just a few seconds. The only thing really upstairs is the offices and a few pictures. So I'll show you those real quick and then we'll pan out over the museum, go hit the gift shop. I'll give you some final thoughts and then get ready for the show tonight. Here is a better look at the lab. You can see it while you're up here a little better. Pretty good sized lab. I don't think it's just for decoration. I'm sure they use it in some capacity, maybe when they get new fossils in to clean them, things like that. Sorry for the glare of the lighting of the museum. It makes it hard to see some of these pictures. And then there's their offices. Now here's a kind of a panoramic view of the museum, how it's laid out, everything there is to see in there. I couldn't get it all in one shot, so I actually had to walk down a little bit where you could see everything. All in all, the admission's not bad. I'm not going to put the prices in here because they're subject to change and you never know when a person will see this video. So you can call them and ask them about pricing and open dates and things like that. But if you're in the area, got some time to kill, especially if you've got kids and grandkids with you, check them out. I'm going slowly down the stairs. Normally I'd go a little faster, but when you're holding the camera and walking downstairs and you're my age, you probably need to take it easy. In front of you, they've got a dinosaur you can put your little kids on and let them ride it. I found they frown on it when adults ride it. I was asked to kindly get off the dinosaur. I'm joking, of course. There's also restrooms, all kinds of tourist guide information there. They've received a ton of thank you notes and drawings from kids and stuff, and they put them on the wall there. And I'll walk over and show them to you. There's some pretty good drawings there to be from little kids. And so I thought that was pretty cool as well. I show Fruita on the map in Colorado. It's exit 19 on I-70, and then I show where I live there in Lubbock, Texas. So a little ways from home. On my way to Denver right now. Again, there's Fruita, and there's Lubbock. And no extra charge for that geography lesson today. Alrighty, here's the gift shop. And it has what gift shops have, what you'd expect. All kinds of little knickknacks and things of that nature. I know some of you watch these videos on big screen TVs. If you're doing that, it may be easier to see this stuff. I filmed this entire video on an iPhone 15 Pro Max. They have the colored rocks that pretty much every tourist thing has, and then the sparkly ones. And they did have a bronze coin there I thought was pretty cool. Basically a big penny. I think they wanted like $12 for it. More little knickknacks. And puzzles and games. Dinosaur games for the kids. Little dinosaurs. A dinosaur card game, Dinosaur Rummy. Didn't know there was such a game. And a dinosaur puzzle. And a geologist book. They also have some stuffed dinosaurs, like pillows, things like that. If you've got a little girl or something that's interested in dinosaurs, some dinosaur stuffed animals on the bottom. Of course, an assortment of t-shirts and other merchandise. Stuff we'll have for Trucker Todd soon, a scarf. There's your pullover hoodies. I thought that shirt was pretty cool with the dinosaur on the front of it. And then there's a little canvas bag. Another bag. Some trucker caps, like baseball caps, whatever you want to call them. There's kind of a good look at those. Looks like something you'd see on Jurassic Park. And smaller t-shirts for the smaller members of your family. And as I said, the t-shirts continue like you'd expect in a gift store. Some more stuffed animals. Stuffed dinosaurs, I guess would be the proper term. Tyrannosaurus Rex hiding amongst the t-shirts. Incidentally, on his own t-shirt, probably wondering, what am I doing on a t-shirt? Some rainbow dinosaurs. Lots of stuffed animal dinosaurs. Tempted to get one and seat belted in the seat beside me. Lots of books and stuff your kids can read and look through. And a little table. I thought that was cool. Been nice if they had some little kids' chairs in there. More books and things like that. I got a grandson that loves dinosaurs. He could probably spend a week in here. Fake snakes. Everybody's favorite there. And then a whole other assortment of little knickknacks and things like that. Sharks. That was a dig set. You could dig with your dinosaurs. There's some posters if you always wanted a dinosaur poster. And coffee mugs and insulated mugs and things like that. Over here, some more dinosaurs, as you might expect. And then I just kind of circle back around to make sure I didn't miss nothing. Doesn't look like I did. So just that little shelf right there. Some more things. Now let's hop off here and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alrighty, if you stayed this long, I really appreciate you. As I said, this ain't my normal truck driving video. Please keep in mind this is a news and opinion channel, and so anything could appear on here. Things I'm interested in, things I'm curious about, things like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll show it to your kids and grandkids, and I hope you'll join me on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central Time for the live show. All right, folks, have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.